Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Pokemon Red Nuzlocke. And today we will be continuing in our path out towards the second gym in Cerulean City, that being Misty. That being said, we have some encounters to get out of the way. And since this is a Nuzlocke run, of course, things are going to be handled a little bit differently than they would otherwise normally be. So we've got this first fight coming in here against the Pidgey, and I can't remember exactly who all we have in our party. It's very slim, whatever it is. So we've got Ollie, we've got Larry, we've got Theo. Theo is our Charmander, Larry's our Rattata, and Ollie is our Spearow. We're high enough of a level here where we should be able to get through the Pidgey okay. Got that Gust coming through, which is fine. We're higher level, so it's not going to do as much damage as some of the other moves would. Oh, and it lived through that. That's unfortunate, so we've got to use Peck one more time, or hit Peck one more time, I guess is the actual phrase that we're going to be going for. There we go. That's the Peck hit. And what is he going to pivot over to? Another Pidgey. We're going to go ahead and switch over to Larry, just because we should be able to Super Fang it, or Hyper Fang it, excuse me, and get through the entirety of that Pidgey's health. Nice. Now, that's a nice bit of experience that we gained there for both members of our team. Let's go ahead and move Larry to the back of the party, and we'll put Theo in the front so we can start working up his levels as well. He's not going to be as helpful as I'm hoping that some of the other members of our party will be until quite a bit later down the road, but we do need to get him up at a higher level. And hey, we've got some super effective damage here against these bug-type Pokemon coming through here. He missed his tackle. Let's go ahead and hit our Ember. That's going to take us through the Caterpie there. Not bad. And we're going to get some more bugs here. That's Theo at level 14, which is really nice to see. Here comes the Weedle. We should still be able to get through it really quickly with that Ember, thanks to the level gap, or the level, not necessarily gap, but advantage that we have. That was the word that I was looking for. There goes the Caterpie. That's a nice little bit of progress ahead of the remainder of our team there. And I guess that we could have done fairly well by having Ollie at the front of the party as well. So let's go ahead and switch him back out front. I think this is a youngster, but it could be another bug catcher for all I'm aware. And let's see who he throws out at us, and if we can continue to level our team efficiently. This is a youngster. He's probably got a Rattata, which scares me, except for the fact that his Rattata does not yet know Hyper Fang. So we should still be okay. That's a quick attack. And that is enough to the point where if we get hit by another one, we're going to be dead to crit. So I am going to go ahead and switch back over to Theo, just to play things safe. And we've got another quick attack coming out here, but it missed. Let's go for the Ember. I think he probably went for a Tail Whip or something similar. Nice little bit of shared experience there between the two. Let's go ahead and get our Ember out here again. And he's probably going to go for... oh, he went for Leer instead. And hopefully this gives him a burn. It doesn't, and we're now going to be stuck in Wrap for a couple of turns, which isn't great. And let's see how many turns. Just 2. We actually lucked out there. So that's an Ekans down. Not too bad. Theo up to level 15 now. So we definitely want to have him down lower in our party because we don't want him to get too far over level. So we'll move Theo back to the back here again. And we need Ollie to gain some experience, but he is running a little low on his health. So we're going to run back to the Pokemon Center, heal up, and we'll be right back. Okay, here's our next little encounter here. I think this one's a bug trainer again, but it could be a youngster. And it is a bug catcher. That's good. Because we have Spearow out the front of our party, we still have level advantage here, and we still have super effective moves in the form of flying, being a strong type against bug. So we should be able to sweep through basically his entire team very efficiently. Here comes a Kakuna. Pecking in through his entire team will also give Ollie a lot of really good experience. Because Fearow is going to be really nice to have later on the team, especially because of the access to Drill Peck, which will be quite nice. Level 14, let's go. That's a great place to have him in. Here comes that Metapod. Let's go ahead and peck yet again. That's going to be a clean... Oh, not quite a clean sweep of the team. He actually ended up living through that, but it was not much more that was needed to take out the Metapod there. So, not bad. And if we continue along this path, we'll continue to run into some trainers that we can gain some additional money and funds off of. So, not so bad. Let's see what this lass has on her team. So I'm pretty sure that it is a lass trainer. She's got a Rattata. Again, below the level point where I am worried, but it's still kind of scary. Oh, nice critical hit there from Ollie to put Rattata down at very low health. And we got back-to-back crits on that. That's pretty nice. Here comes the Nidoran, though, which, again, has me a little scared. Doesn't have, or didn't use Poison Sting, I guess is what I was looking for there. Another Tackle and one final Peck here is going to take out that Nidoran and do quite well with it as well. Not so bad. Let's continue on our way because I would like to pick up our encounter for this route. Now, because of the Route 3 being an encounter space, I think what I'm going to do, and what I would restrict myself to doing, is I can either choose between the Magikarp that you can buy off the gentleman in the Poké Center at the foot of Mount Moon, or I can choose to get an encounter in the grass here. But because a lot of the things that we'll have seen in the grass are fairly similar, I think there's only one or two Pokemon that will be different from what we've seen up until this point. And because we don't have a water type party member, it's going to be in our best interest to pick up the Magikarp from the Poké Center up here. And I just hope that I have enough money, because I just spent a lot of it on Pokeballs just to be absolutely sure that I have what I need. So here comes the last trainer here. And I think that this is the last one that we will need to fight on our way up to Mount Moon. Let's go ahead and get a Fury attack out here to see how many hits we can get off of it. That's 2. Here comes 3, so that's already better than what I was expecting. Disable failed. Let's go ahead and use that Fury attack again. If we can get 3 hits a second time, we should be okay. And the Jigglypuff ended up putting us to sleep, so that's not particularly great. So what we are going to do here is we will pivot over to Larry, because she's likely going to go for an immediate attack. Disable, and that is okay that it disabled Hyper Fang, because with the quick attack we should be able to take out what's remaining of that Jigglypuff. Nice. That's exactly what I was hoping to see. Let's go ahead and make our way up to the Poké Center here, heal up our team, and also get ourselves that Magikarp. Alright, here's the gentleman who is looking to sell us a Magikarp, and we do happen to have enough money for it, so we're going to do it. Yes, we will be giving Magikarp a nickname. We will be calling this Magikarp... I think we'll call him Paul. That works for me, right? Because I don't think that I had Paula in this party, if I remember correctly. Pokemon... Nope, we're good. Let's go ahead and switch Paul to the front of our party. Let's... oh, Larry's fine to keep right where he's at. And now it's time for us to grind up Paul. And we'll do that in a couple of different ways. There's a trainer that I'm missing back here on this higher section of the path, so we're going to go ahead and get that fight. And then I'm going to skip through a lot of the grinding that we're about to do in order to get Magikarp basically on par with the rest of the team. So let's battle this youngster here. We should get some pretty good experience on the Magikarp against him. Spearow, that's fine. We can get Paul into the group. Let's go ahead and switch Larry in against this Spearow. And then it should go, well, maybe not anymore because it just growled me, but it should take a lot of damage from this Hyper Fang. And if we use another Hyper Fang, now that kind of scares me, but if we use another Hyper Fang, we should be okay. Yeah, that was great. Paul gained 87, and neither of them gained a level, which is upsetting, but at the end of the day, what can you really do about it? So let's head back over, and actually, we didn't take any damage in that fight, so we're going to start the long grind for some levels. So I'll catch up to you once Paul has gained some reasonable experience. Well, I completely missed that because my game is running at completely normal speed, but Theo is now a Charmander, so that's kind of good for us to have. Again, it doesn't do a whole lot for us immediately, but it's nice to have an evolved member of the party. Paul is now also up to level 11, and I think I'm going to go until he's either caught up with the team or everyone else on the team is at level 17. So we're going to go ahead and switch Theo to the end of the party, and we'll continue our grind. Well, as you can see, Paul is now at level 16, along with everyone on the team except Theo. Theo has gone up to level 17 with some of the grinding that we've been doing. So let's go ahead, let's come into the Poké Center, let's heal up our team, and then we're going to head into Mount Moon, where in reality, we're probably going to encounter a Zubat. Though if I could find a Geodude, I would be ecstatic. That being said, I'm pretty sure Zubat is a lot more common on these top floors. So let's see what our encounter here is. Okay, we'll walk over this way. I was making my way towards the Bubble Beam TM, and yes, just kind of like I thought, that is a Zubat. So let's go ahead and use Paul to tackle the Zubat down a little bit. That's a Leech Life, which I'm okay with Leech Life. As soon as it uses Supersonic is when we're going to have some trouble. There's another tackle from Paul coming out there. And that Leech Life should actually put it just out of range of getting crit killed by a tackle. And barring a... in lieu of a critical hit on that last tackle, we're going to go ahead and throw this Pokeball here, see if we can get ourselves that Zubat, which we did. Nice. Don't know how much I'm going to use a Zubat on the team, but, or if I will use it at all. It's in the party for now, though, and so we're going to name it Jason. Alright, there's Jason. So let's come down here, let's grab this Bubble Beam TM, and then let's make our way up to some more of these encounters. We've got a wild encounter coming in here. This is what I would have rather had on my team, but we already have our encounter for the route, which is unfortunate. Okay, so we've got a bug catcher here. That's not particularly great, but we have ways of dealing with that. So let's go ahead and bring Ollie out. Don't get poisoned by this poison sting, Ollie. Yep, I saw that coming. Don't get poisoned. Thank you. Let's get that Peck out of the way. And yes, we've got you taken care of. So there goes the Weedle. Paul gained some more experience, and here comes a Kakuna, which, against my better judgment, I'm going to bring Paul in for, because this Kakuna can't actually do anything to us, and so we're just going to tackle it until it keels over. And I'm not going to make you sit through all of that, because that critical hit is not going to happen very frequently. And let's be honest, nothing else is going to happen except for this Kakuna is going to harden until it can't harden anymore. There's that last hit, and it was a critical hit as well. Don't know that the critical hit mattered, but I'll take the extra experience onto Paul where I can get it. Let's continue over here. We'll grab this Moonstone, or that's a potion actually. And let's head back towards the cave entrance, and we'll battle with not this wild Pokemon, but this trainer. A Paris? Okay, maybe we will battle it. Yeah, we're gonna hard run from any Geodudes that we continue to run into here. But sure, we can deal some tackle damage to this Paris since it's a lower level. And hopefully here soon, we'll get Paul up to level 17. Alright, get rid of that. Oh, don't miss that. You can't miss those. There we go. That's a nice hit from Paul. Extra experience points. Let's battle with this trainer. Then we'll head out, we'll heal up, and we'll hit some more of these trainers on this floor. Now, there is a rocket trainer that I'm going to avoid when we get to it. But until then, let's grind our way through these opponents here. So let's go ahead and switch over to Larry. Hopefully we don't get sang by the Clefairy. Pound, I can deal with that. That's more damage than I want it to do, but you know what does more damage than Pound? Hyper Fang. And just because Hyper Fang is going to kill it, we're going to go ahead and use that. Nice. That's the Clefairy out of the way, and a nice chunk of experience to both members of the team there. Let's head out and heal up the party, and then make our way to some more of these trainer fights. Alright, here's our next trainer fight. Don't sneak up on me. I don't know if this is a Pokefan. It's a scientist. He's probably got an Electrode. Or a Magnemite. Even worse, I guess, for me. But we're not going to stay in here. Oh, shoot. It knows Supersonic, doesn't it? That could be problematic. Tackle, I can deal with that. Critical hit on that, too. Let's go ahead and use a Hyper Fang to get through this Magnemite. And then we'll use a Quick Attack to make sure that we take out the remainder of that Magnemite there. Nice work from Larry. And here comes a Voltorb, which we are going to Hyper Fang basically immediately. Nice work there. And Larry gaining some nice experience there from that trainer fight as well. Let's pick up some of these items that are hanging out down here. And again, we'll be running from these wild encounters, so I'll unpause it when we get to some of our trainer fights that we're looking forward to here. Alright, here's our next trainer. We've got a Lass coming in here. And let's see what she throws out at us. 2. Oddish coming in here first. So we're going to pivot immediately over to Theo. So we can get rid of that. We could have gone to Ollie as well. But either way, this Oddish is not going to be around very long. Let's get that Ember out. And that should be a one-shot. Oh, it's not. But it got burned, so it may as well be done. It's going to absorb some health back. It's not going to do very much. And that burn didn't do enough to take it out. So we're just going to conserve some Ember PP. Not that we're really concerned about that, but scratching should take it out. And here comes the Bellsprout. We're going to Ember here, which should hopefully take it out, which it didn't again. And we've got growth coming out from the Bellsprout. But as long as we scratch it, we'll be able to get past it without it doing anything significant to us. Let's head out and heal up our team, because having our Rattata a little low does make me nervous. Alright, here's our next trainer coming up here. Should be a youngster, if I'm not mistaken. And it is. Okay. Youngster's gonna send out some lower level Pokemon that we should be able to deal with fairly easily. But I'm not gonna stay in against it. We're gonna bring out Ollie. And we're gonna get some Pex in here against the Rattata. That was a lot harder of a hit than I wanted it to be. Let's get that Peck again. It looks like it was going for a Tail Whip, since we ended up hitting first, which I'm okay with. Here comes another Rattata. This time we're going to lead with a Fury attack. Quick attack, still hitting harder than I want it to. Hit at least 3 times, and that should be the end of the Rattata. Nope, just hit it twice. Peck, we got lucky. It didn't go for the quick attack there against us. Ollie at level 17, that's good. Now the only people we have behind are the our Magikarp Paul, as well as the Zubat that we've added to our team very recently. Let's go ahead and get this Peck in there. Nice crit there. And that is going to be the end of the youngster. Let's make our way further towards the back of this cave where we're going to run into a hiker here in a brief second. But first, we're going to pick up this object in the corner after running away from this Zubat. Hey, there's a Moonstone. And let's come down to this hiker. Now, this is one of the things that I'm scared about because I don't have anything that does super effective damage here. So we're just going to need to pivot quickly over to our Rattata and pray that we can do enough damage quickly. Alright, Larry, come out. And we're going to Hyper Fang his team until they go down tackle. We should be able to live a few of those. Nice Hyper Fang coming out there. Not very effective. As long as he doesn't defense curl, we should be okay. Nice Hyper Fang again there. And another tackle. That's making me real nervous. Because if he's got more of these Geodudes, which I'm pretty sure he does, we're going to be in some trouble. Here comes another Geodude. We'll continue to Hyper Fang here. If we can get a crit on one of these, that would be fantastic. Especially where I'm getting low to the point where if I get crit, I'm going to be in trouble. Because I can take one more of those without being dead to crit on one of these hits. So here comes an Onix. We're going to go ahead and Hyper Fang here again. That was a good crit. He's going to Screech, which shouldn't be too big of an issue there. And as long as... You know what? I'm not going to risk missing that. I am not going to risk missing that. So we're going to switch over to Theo. Because this Onix doesn't know a Rock-type move. That's particularly great. But let's go ahead and Ember. That should get us through the remainder of the Onix. The crit was nice. That was a little bit of a stressful situation, but we're going to make our way back out of this cave before heading down that ladder, because we are desperately going to need our team as healthy as can be. I didn't want to run into you. This could be bad. I don't think this is the guy that I need to be really scared about. That's a Sandshrew. We should be relatively okay. We are going to pivot over to Larry immediately, though. Scratch, we should be okay. We're going to Hyper Fang through this Sandshrew, which wasn't enough to take it out. We're going to go ahead and Quick Attack here, which should be enough to take out the remainder of its health. That's good. Larry's going to stay in for this, especially since now he's at level 18. But if we... Yeah, this is... Okay, actually that's not so bad. But if we Hyper Fang the Rattata, it should be enough to take it out. That's good. And then we've got one more Zubat that's coming out here. We can Hyper Fang this one as well, which may not fully take it out, but it actually did. So that's actually nice. That was scary, and we will be seeing a Rocket Grunt later on that is going to be even scarier. There's an HP up, which we'll use eventually, I'm sure. But let's make our way out of here. And there's one other sub-area that I want to hit before running back and healing up the team. This might be the guy that I didn't want to mess with. So we're going to go ahead and grab TM1. I think there's a rare candy on that rock over there. So we are going to switch Larry to the front of our team just to be safe. Because I don't think that this guy has the Pokemon that I'm scared of. But he might at the same time. He's got a Zubat. I'm okay with that. So let's go ahead and get our Hyper Fang out there. That should be enough to kill the Zubat, which it is. That's good. And then he's got an Ekans, which I'm not scared of. It's the grunt that's in the actual basement that we're heading towards that I want to avoid the encounter with. Okay. Pretty sure that there was a rare candy here. Oh, it's an ether. Yeah, well, may have been worth it, but let's get out of here. Go heal up our team and then progress into the actual exit from this place. Okay, this is the part of the dungeon that I am scared of. And the trainer, which we are going to dodge, I wouldn't have dodged it if I had a Geodude. But because I don't have a Geodude, we are going to be dodging this trainer. Let's switch Paul back to the front of our team, just so we can get him some additional experience. But if you see right here, that trainer right there, he has either a Rattata or Eradicate, one of the two. It knows Hyper Fang. It likes to use it because it knows that it's a good move. So we will not be approaching him at all because I value the members I have on my team and I don't want a wipe, which I've had on previous Nuzlocke attempts, which I did on Twitch, and you haven't seen those unless you were there for them, in which case, welcome back. So let's keep moving here. We'll make our way up to this portion, and this one, this is a fight that's unavoidable. We're gonna get away from this Geodude here. I really wish I could have picked one up on my team because he would have been very useful to have. Not useful for this next gym. Yeah, that's an unavoidable fight. But I think we're gonna be okay because he shouldn't have... yeah, his Rattata doesn't know Hyper Fang, so that's good. We are going to switch off to Ollie. We'll get some damage in here against him. We're going to lead with the Fury attack, just because it should give us an opportunity to get some additional hits in. We got at least the 2 hits coming in there. I wish it would have been more, but that's okay. That's Peck coming out, and he's still living. He's going to quick attack to get some additional damage in. Or he doesn't. I'm okay with that. Paul and Ollie gaining some experience points there. And let's go ahead and peck this Zubat, because it's going to Supersonic. Yeah, we're switching out of that, because I can't afford to be hitting myself in the face. We're going to switch over to Paul. Hopefully it just Leech Lifes. Or it Supersonics and misses. I can deal with that too. Let's get a tackle in there. That did not do nearly the damage that I wanted it to. We're going to stay in with Paul until we either get confused or are forced to switch due to something else. It's going to Leech Life. That's okay. I can deal with a Leech Life hitting because as long as we hit this tackle, which we do, that's the end of the Zubat. And that's about as much experience going over to Paul as I would have hoped. Nice. And now we've got the scientist that we've got to confront. And I'm playing it where fossils are okay once I get to the point where I can revive them. So here comes the super nerd Grimer coming out here. Don't love that per se, but let's go ahead and get Larry out here so we can make the most of this. And he's disabling. Don't disable my Hyper Fang. It was the quick attack. Okay. I can deal with quick attack being disabled, except for I'm not disabled anymore. But that's a quick one-hit kill on the Grimer, which is great. That's Larry, or Paul, gaining an extra level. Voltorb scares me, but we're faster only because we're a higher level, is what I'm assuming there. That's a nice quick kill on that, and then if we Hyper Fang the Coughing, I'm hoping that we get through it as well. Oh, it flinched! That's great. Let's get a quick attack out there, which I don't know if that critical hit mattered, but I'm glad that it happened. That's a level 19 on Larry, and he's got to take a back seat until we get to Misty's gym, because we can't be over level 21 by the time we get in there. So let's go ahead and... No, I actually think I want the Dome Fossil. I like Kabuto a little more than I like Ammonite. Assuming that I use it, which I might at that point. We'll just kind of have to see. Let's make our way out of this area so we can get into Cerulean City. and we'll get our encounter for Route 4 as well. Hey, here we are on Route 4. Let's walk up onto... Oh, there's not something there. I thought there was. But let's come down over this way. Actually, I think it's up here. Yeah, there's something up there, I think is what it is. That's what it is. This is Mega Punch, isn't it? I think it's Mega Punch. TM04, no, it's Whirlwind. That's kind of wasteful, but okay. I've got to make my way down onto this next patch of grass. Don't think that there's anything else that I can grab over here, so we're just going to go for it. We are going to jump into this grass, and we're going to see what we get for our encounters here. Hopefully it's something that we haven't ran into before. I think there might be sand shrews in here. But let's see. Spearow we've already got, so we're going to skip through a bunch of these encounters until we find something that we don't have in our party. Well, I asked for something I didn't have in my party, and Ekans does fit that bill. Not loving it, but it's better than nothing. Leer, that's definitely something that I could have done without. I don't know if it knows Wrap or what it knows, but we are going to throw a Pokeball at it. And that worked. That's not bad. So, Ekans added to the team. It's better than nothing else. But yes, we are going to nickname it and call me unoriginal. But we are going to name Ekans Sneck. So Ekans has been added to our team. Let's head over to the Pokemon Center and heal up the members of our team. Now, another mistake that I've made is I've gone up towards Nugget Bridge. And that is not what I want to do, because I want to make sure that I have a team that's ready to deal with that rival fight, because you have the rival fight before you can go up onto Nugget Bridge. So we're going to heal up here. And that is our full team healed up. Now, I'm going to come over here to our PC, and I'm going to ditch our Zubat, because I just don't have a need for it, if I'm being completely honest here. So we're going to put Jason in the box, and I think we'll hold on to everyone else. Yeah, I think that's all I really needed to do. And unfortunately, I don't know, or I don't believe that there is another encounter I can get. I'm just going to check the map real quick. And no, there is not an additional encounter that I can get, because I cannot get around the house that has the dig TM until after I've defeated the gym, or I don't know if it's Route 24 or 25 that I have to get to before I can get around that house. Either way, I cannot add any additional members to my team before this Misty fight, or the gym, I should say. So we're going to make our way inside this gym. Paul is okay to stay there at the front of the party for now. We're going to move Larry towards the back. Honestly, don't know if I'm going to get really any use out of Sneck. Let's at least see what he has. He's just a singular poison type, and all he knows is Wrap. So I didn't need to be as scared of him as I was running into him in the weeds. Let's see what else we got here. Ollie and Theo... No, Theo cannot come out here. But Ollie should be able to deal with these trainers well enough. So let's go ahead and get this first swimmer trainer out of the way. And Paul actually might be able to pull some nice weight here, depending on what moves they have. I think it's got Water Gun. but it's probably going to smoke screen me if I had to guess. Bubble, I can deal with Bubble, because we are going to resist that hit. We might get slowed down by it, but I'll take that slowness over some of the other things that could happen. I wouldn't like those crits to continue if I'm being candid. But we'll just need to keep an eye on it. I think that's 5 damage that it's dealing unless it crits. Let's see if it goes down to 19. No, it's doing just 4 is all. That was my speed falling, which I'm okay with. I'm partial to it. That was a crit. So we can live through 1 more crit if it does crit again. And now we are at a point where we could not live through a crit. So we are going to pivot over to Ollie. Ollie coming out here. And I can deal with that. Let's go ahead and Fury Attack so we can get multiple hits in here. Nice crit on that first strike. I only hit him twice though. Not ideal. Let's go ahead and get the Peck out of the way. Just so we can get rid of that Horsey. Maybe it only knew Bubble, I don't know. Here comes Shelder though. Let's Fury Attack again off the start. That's not doing nearly as much damage as I wanted or needed it to. But we did manage to hit 4 times, so that's pretty good. That was a critical hit, and I cannot live through another one of those. So we are going to switch to... If it knows Water Gun, Theo's in trouble. So we're going to bring out Larry. And I don't know what that has, so we're just going to Hyper Fang. That gets through a fair amount of that health. But we're going to Quick Attack. And that gets rid of the remaining health off of that Shelter. Not bad. Okay. We're going to back out and heal up before taking on Misty's right-hand trainer. And then we're going to heal up again before we attempt Misty herself. Which we should be doing okay for, based off of what we have in our team. Because I don't need to rely on Theo in this fight. Okay, coming into the gym again. Let's make our way up to face off against Misty's, I guess it's her left-hand trainer. No, it's on her right. It's on our left. Her right-hand trainer. And let's see what she has in store for us. Alright. There is the junior trainer bringing out Goldeen to play. That's not particularly great with the levels. Larry should be okay here. As long as we don't get supersonicked, which I think that it has. Tail Whip, not my favorite. But if we can Hyper Fang and get through large portions of the health, that's not great though. We're gonna switch over to Paul just so we can keep our experience in check. Actually, let's go ahead and see if we can have Paul do some additional damage here. It failed its Tail Whip and its Supersonic. That was a crit, but you couldn't hardly tell. It failed another Tail Whip. We're just gonna go until 8. We can live through that. And another 8, we can still live through that. That's another tackle, critical hit coming out there. Supersonic coming out there, and that is where we pivot back over to Larry. And as long as it doesn't Supersonic me here, Tail Whip, I can deal with the Tail Whip. We are just going to Quick Attack, so he doesn't have a chance to hit us with anything else. Nice work from Larry. Paul and Larry gaining a lot of experience there, and oh, she just had the Goldeen, so that's not so bad. What is bad is the current status of our team, so we are going to run out and heal up one more time, and then it's time to fight Misty, which is the fight that's going to leave us off here. So, healing up one final time here at the Poké Center, and then it's on to Misty, which mildly terrifies me. We should be okay. Misty, let me pull my sheet back up here so I know what Misty has. We should be okay, though Starmie does know Bubble Beam, and that is a little bit terrifying. But let's come in here. Let's chat with Misty. Let's get this fight underway. We're going to let Paul run as long as he can against this Staryu, and we're going to reserve our Rattata for the Starmie. I don't want him to make an appearance against the Staryu if he can avoid it. That's a tackle that we'll start off with here, and we're just going to trade some tackles back and forth. It's doing 6 damage, so I have to keep that in mind. That was a critical hit. Please respond with a critical hit of your own. Staryu missed its tackle. That's good. And it looks like we're speed tied. X-Defend coming out. That's not particularly great, but I will deal with it in turn. Okay. It was doing 6 damage, so we can live through a crit still. But we cannot live through a crit anymore. So at this point, we are going to pivot over to Ollie. Ollie should do some pretty good damage here for us. That's a tackle coming out. Though it's probably going to start using Water Gun, yep, because it can get some additional damage there, and that was not what I wanted to see happen. Shoot. I'm going to risk this, though it might cost us Ollie. No, we're fine. I was definitely dead to crit there. But now we're going to pivot back over to Paul. Bait out the Water Gun, which we should resist. It's not going to Water Gun me. So now I can pivot over to Larry, which isn't ideal, but if we quick attack here, yes, that's enough. That's good. Paul, Ollie, and Larry all gaining some experience here. Here comes the Starmie. And this is where we're going to break out our X, or no, she's X defending. But we can Hyper Fang. We can Hyper Fang again. What do we got with the tackle? That's a lot of damage coming out there. Water Gun. Please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't. Dang it! Ugh! That's unfortunate. I think we're going to team wipe here. Yeah, I think that this is the end. Sneck's way too low of a level. He's just dead. That crit. Oh my gosh. Yep, Bubble Beam coming out there. I don't have an answer to this. This is a team wipe. Team wipe to Misty. I just was not sufficiently equipped for this fight, is what it comes down to. Bubble Beam, I'm just dead to that. It's gonna take me out. Yep. Nothing I could do about it. That's unfortunate. But that's what happens when you leave it up to fate. And if we ended up with a different team, we would have been okay. But we're not okay anymore. Bulbasaur was really the only thing that could have helped us out here, and we just did not have it. So that's the end of this run. But we will be back with another attempt, because that's all we can do. But thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.